just hold on for some minutes. Is it visible now? Natural resources?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
It's visible? So can I start now? Okay. So today, very good morning to the students who are present. Today I'm going to teach you the concepts of natural resources. Now see, before I really enter into the explanation of natural resources, we all, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, ma'am.
You know,
all students have muted their microphone, so they are not able to answer.
Okay.
You should continue.
Okay.
Kajal,
I'll continue now. Okay. So today, my topic will be on natural resources. And let us, before you enter into the slides, I would like to give you a short snippet of what natural resources are. We all live on this earth, right? Every day, every second, every minute, every hour, we are living on this earth. Therefore, why not make it Earth Day every day? Let us make it Earth Day every day. Now, why do we say that natural resources are so very important? Now, don't go by the definition of what natural resources are, because natural resources are those that occur in the environment and which we get directly from the environment, and that is what is called nature. Because you see, nature has given us in abundance. But the only fact of this abundance is we really don't know how to use it, and neither of we know how to conserve it. So for doing these, we really have to cater to the awareness program of how natural resources can be saved. And if we save natural resources, we can save ourselves. That is the exact venue where we can say that why natural resources are so very important. Now, as far as, now again going back to the natural resources definition, you see in the slide, undisturbed by humanity. See, nature was already there from time immemorial. It is not a new concept that nature was not there. But the fact is that nature was used since time immemorial from each and every specter of society. Now, if we try to talk about the society, now the society can be divided into three groups. The first being a very pre-nomad group where before the industrial concepts actually came. So before industrial time, how did people use natural resources? They used only 10 times more by what we are using now. Say, for example, hunting, gathering wood, using water, sunlight was already there. So they were using only 10% of the natural resources. But then came another group of society, which is called the agrarian communities. Now, who are these agrarian communities? These communities where we also fall a part and parcel of these agrarian communities, because more natural resources were used by this society to power the farms, to feed the animals, and to transport the produce. Now, when we are transporting the produce, there is a subdivision of transportation. Now, what is that subdivision of transportation? We are using petrol or oil in any natural form. So this happened in agrarian community. Now, after the agrarian community comes the industrial society. Now, what were these industrial society doing? These industrial society were using more energy, particularly from fossil fuels, which was used to make power, the production from the production plants, construction, infrastructure, transport, storage, marketing, and distribution. See, all these depend upon the energy and other natural resources which the industrial society were using. So it is very wrong to say that natural resources was being used only now, where previous people or previous society were not using it. Therefore, now let us go back to the first slide again. Come to the first slide where it is written that while few of them are used for our survival, like water, air, rest of them like coal, gas, they are all used for satisfying our daily needs. Now, why do we say, any of the student, can you just say that why water is called the source of energy? Can anyone, if you revert back and say why water is called the source of energy, Sharnendu?
Ma'am, water was first used to generate power by rotating turbines using
Okay.
power.
Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. So yes, you're right. And air and water, they fall under the category of the minimum requirements of natural resources. And the rest of them, like coal, gas, oil, are already there because they are there for satisfying our needs. See, water is also a satisfying our need. How? When we are thirsty, we drink water. So that also satisfies our daily need. Air also, that satisfies our daily needs. Why? Because we breathe in oxygen and leave out carbon dioxide. When we leave out carbon dioxide, the plants take in the carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which is very much required by the human beings. So it is, it is obviously a combination of hand in hand. You see, we human beings and nature goes hand in hand. And there is also, a very popular saying that we get nature in abundance. Nature is giving us in abundance. But are we really aware why we are in that case when we are getting nature in abundance? Why are we misutilizing them? What reasons are we misutilizing them? So, a basic necessity has to come in for as far as even awareness is concerned. Now, let us go to the second slide. Can you see the second slide? Can you see the,
Yes, ma'am.
see the picture of, so what is that? Illustration of natural resources. Now see, look at the illustration. What are they? Basically, see, water and oil is already there, forests are there, rocks, minerals are there, soils are there, and animals are there. They are all a part and parcel of nature, and we use energy from water because it regenerates us. Oil, that is also coming in abundance from nature, and that oil can be used as energy fuel. Forests. Now, forests are also in abundance, and look what the picture of the forest is saying. It is saying we can consume, we don't consume, but we utilize wood from the forest, and medicines, they are also in abundance. Now, students, just tell me, in the entire world, where do we get the natural medicines? What is the source of natural medicines which comes from the entire world in the largest forest in the world? Which?
Ma'am, it's Amazon.
Yes, it's
Amazon rainforest.
Yes, it's Amazon rainforest. So from Amazon rainforest, many kind of herbal medicines are, exported. Therefore, the forest becomes the crux of natural part where we get the desirable needs, not only to satisfy our food, but also to satisfy our medical assistance. Now go to the same picture, rubber, cotton, home of wildlife. If you take away forest, we do not have wildlife. See, wildlife nowadays, what is happening is wildlife sanctuary is almost becoming extinct. And why is it becoming extinct? Because we are becoming more carnivorous. We are attacking the animals. See, for example, the white tiger, they are almost extinct from the face of the earth. Now come to the construction shelter. Now buildings. Where are we getting the materials from? The materials are we getting from rocks. Where are these rocks coming from? It is obviously from the ground and from the nature. So see, and now go to the minerals. Minerals, now you see, you can just go to the picture and you can see jewelry, glass, cars, ceramics. Where are they coming from? Minerals. Now, if you subdivide, these 4 components, jewelry comes from diamonds or gold, which is again, it's coming in the form of natural resources from the ground. Similarly, of the glass, the ceramics, the ceramic glass, the cars, automobile section, they are all having roots to the natural resources. Now come to the main part of our stomach. I would particularly specify stomach here. If we do not have agriculture, how do we feed our stomach? How will the farmers bring out crops? How are they going to transport these crops? Therefore, all these are centered to the soil. If the soil is arid, obviously if the soil is arid, what is going to happen? There is going to be an infertile land. What does infertility of the land means? It is not going to be cultivated any longer. And if it is not going to be cultivated longer, what happens? There will be no concept of farmers. And when there is no concept of farmers, we don't survive as human mankind. So see, everything is attached to the natural resources, which we very soon forget because we are not adapted to learning the mistakes of what human beings are doing to nature and getting follow-up with disasters. Now come to the last part of the picture. What is that? Animals. Food, wolf, and recreation. Why do you think people are, just tell me, students, why do you think animals are used for recreation? Where were they used for recreation? How do they recreate themselves? One is recreating, the other is recreation. Recreating means the breed, it's expanding or it's coming down. Second, wool. How do we recreate? From lambs, what do we recreate? Wool. And not only wool, people also consume animals. So after all, even the animals who are coming from nature itself, they themselves become a recreative force for either utility or for consumption. Is it clear till now? Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's go to the third slide. Can you see the third slide? Types of natural resources. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this is very easy slide. And this is almost, catering to what? What happened, Kajal? Or Aarti, who are there? Hello?
Continue, ma'am.
Hello? Okay. So types of natural resources. See, there are, it's very clearly written: water, air, coal, oil, natural gas, phosphorus. See, these are all, minerals in the form of gypsum, bauxite, phosphate, bentonite, mica. Now, it is very easily visible what the types of natural resources are. I need not talk in deliberation what they are. These are all topics which you have already picked up from geography classes from class 6 and 7. So I don't think I need to explain each and everything what they are. Let us go to the next slide. That is classification of natural resources. Is it visible? Classification of natural resources?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's see what is classification. Now don't go to the slide. Don't go to the slide. First understand what the classification of natural resources are. Now when we divide the classification of resources, there are two types of classified natural resources. One, the biotic, and the other is abiotic. Now, I'll explain first what biotic resources are. Biotic resources are those that are made up of alive or natural components, and those of biotic matter, which is made up of the dead or artificial components. And the biotic includes the plants, animals, decompose. That means even in decompose, we can use decomposed fossils. And let us see now the biotic sources. What are they? Population. Now, when we say population, it means obviously human mankind. When we go to forestry, they are also alive. Now, when I say they are alive sources, now each of them needs to be explained. Why? Population is alive. They are not static. Neither is forestry. See, forestry, obviously the plants can't move. But certainly, can you say that they are not a source of energy? They are not a part and parcel of nature. Because they are also giving us, because I showed you the first picture where even forestry is doing in a static motion also, they are giving abundance to mankind. Now come to fish. Here I want to intervene. Those of you are vegetarian, don't mind. But this is also a part and parcel of a natural resources which comes from ocean energy. Ocean, rivers, lakes, ponds. All these things are included. Come to coal. Coal is what? हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Coal को black diamond बोलते हैं? Do we say it's black diamond? Do we say coal is a black diamond?
Yes,
So why do we say coal is a black diamond? Why do we say coal is a black diamond? What does it do? It looks black. It is horrific looking. Why do we say coal is a black diamond? Yes, continue. Yes, continue.
Ma'am, it is one of the biggest source of power generation.
Yes, it is not only a source of power generation, but it is in a small way, it also goes to the jewelry section from coal. So, natural. You see, everything is natural in abundance, provided the only, we try to, generalize easily about coal, but it's not so. We try to generalize each and every biotic sources because they are found in abundance, and we need to know what are their basic source where people try to cater to satisfy their desires and needs. Now come to oil and natural gas. Now here I think I'm going to give you a very broad example as far as oil is concerned. Now during this period of lockdown, why do you think the price of oil has gone down? Barrel. It's not that the oil is not in abundance. People are ready to buy. But people who are ready to buy oil, yes, we are unable to buy, and people who have the Middle East countries, they cannot sell. Somebody is talking. Baat mat karo. Somebody is talking behind, don't talk. Okay. Therefore, the concept of oil is it's a highly power rated in every human aspect, usability and use as a natural resource. So see, even oil, leave petrol, even the simpler oil that we use to cook, we are using to cook, that is also oil. See, in any form, oil is also coming from abiotic resources which energizes human beings at a large. And natural gas. Now come to natural gas. Shanandu, tell me what are the forms of natural gas? What are the natural gases? You say what the natural gases?
CNG?
Yes. Another? In atmosphere. Now tell me. You are jumping into conclusion. Yes. Yes. Somebody is talking. One girl is talking behind. Don't talk. I can hear some sounds coming from there. I need perfect silence. Okay. So natural gas, obviously, what Shanandu says is right, but then even in atmosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere, there are concept of natural gases, which probably we don't see, but the existence is there in any form. So they are also called natural gases. Now come to, can you see the continuation, abiotic resources? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible? Okay. Now what are these abiotic resources? They are non-living parts. See, they are all non-living parts of the environment. And what do they include? Sunlight, temperature, wind, soil, fires, volcanic eruption, and etc., etc., etc. Now, when we go to even now, they can also be subdivision of metallic and non-metallic. Metallic minerals are what? Gold, copper, zinc, iron, ore, chromite. And what are non-metallic? You see, it's written there very clearly: garnet, wollastonite, stilomite group, limonite, and cryophyllite. Minor minerals. Now, why do you say marble is a minor minerals? Why do you say? Because they also are coming from the same part of earth. The only thing is they have to be, those rocks have to be manipulated to forming of marble, polishing marbles, etc., etc. And last, particularly for this is for BTech students, nuclear, uranium and thorium. They are not only nuclear abiotic resources, but they are dangerous resources. Now I'll come to that when we wind up the session. I'll come to that why we try to talk of uranium with winding up with a short story. Now coming up to natural resources, India. Now I don't need to explain where. See, India major mineral resources are where? Coal, India, 4th. Manganese, 7th. Mica bauxite, 5th. Chromite, natural gas, diamonds, limestone, and thorium. See, these are all natural resources in India. And the saddest part, the unfortunate part is here that we cannot, or we are not either not deliberately using them, or there are some kind of political compulsions that we are not able to undertake the concept of, nurturing these resources for our own benefits. There are ample number of, conclusions to that also. We do not have that much of time. I hope in the next session I'll take over. Now, coming to the next slide, how to save natural resources. Is it very difficult to see what is there, how to save? Water and electricity. Both are compacted to each other. We don't have water, we don't have electricity. See, both are compatible to each other. So we know how to save others. I'll give you a very small example, See, people use water, and now a lot of NGOs are taking up how to conserve water on day-to-day basis. I think you must be seeing the advertisement, which is coming up very recently in TVs as a part of the advertisement, save every drop. So it is only our consciousness where these natural resources, the basic natural resources like water, can be saved. Similarly of electricity. People use electricity for their own benefits. But how many people really realize that when we go out of the room, the fans are working, the electricity, the lights are on? So as a responsible citizen of India, I think we need to save, because that is also my duty. I don't know, I'm not bothered about others, but as a part of every individual, it is our duty also, far beyond political stratum, to save electricity for our own. Go green. By go green means, now in South India, a person, I forgot the name, the gentleman's name, but has planted 1 trees. Go green. Planting trees can be at least 4. it can restore the balance, and it can become a huge step not only of conserving but also of planting them in future for our own benefits. Now, can you see the next slide? How to save natural resources? Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
So, biodiversity. Now, use renewable resources. How can we utilize them? Now, we can't utilize, water every time. But now the concept is coming. Even where there is a shortage of water, water cannot be wasted. Particularly in parts of Rajasthan, you see where the water is scarce. Not now, but a few years back, water was scarce in some parts of Hyderabad and also of in Rajasthan. But nowadays, people are also reusing the water. After washing clothes, they're putting it into the plants to dry up. Particularly in Rajasthan, they are doing it, and they are also saving water, and they are building short canals for the summer season to come. So they are also reusing the same concept of natural resources for future aspects. Come to the biodiversity. The biodiversity is natural heritage. We have it. It is already there. It was there, and it will continue to be there. Because this biodiversity is sustainable. Because of specialized roles of each species plays in maintaining. See, species, leave alone species. See, human beings also come under a particular species. Don't confuse between species and animals. We see people say that we are also social animals. Okay, so we also come under the same species. But the only thing is, communities like us, we can stay healthy if we keep ourselves healthy by renewable resources that we have in hand. We can reuse it again and again. And this will only, what will happen is, it will enhance also, while enhancing wildlife. We simply cannot go and hunt them. We also have a moral bounded duty to protect these animal population and habitats for us altogether. Now, coming to the last part of the natural resources. Now, look at the first point. Look at the first bullet point. Judicious. What is judicious? What is judicious? Now, before I explain this, let us come to a conclusion. What is judicious? Judicious means it is our bounded responsibility how to use the natural resources judiciously. See, if I have milk for 2 persons, I know my, after 1 hour, I'm going to make coffee for the 3rd person. So what do? I cannot embarrass the 3rd person. So I have to be very, very cautious to make 3 cups of coffee from 2 cups of milk. So that is why I have to use the milk judiciously. Now go back to the slide. Judicious use means the first and foremost need of the hour is to use remaining resources. Whatever resources we have as of now, we should be very, very cautious, because days are numbered. Because during 50, 60 years back, I think even 100 years back, there were an abundant natural resources in nature. But because we are not using them judiciously, what is happening is too much of exhaustion has already set in. Therefore, we should try to use ways to protect the non-renewable resources as much as we can. Why? Because of the future. If we really mean to save ourselves, if we really mean to save the planet, then we not only have to be judicious, we also have to be fully aware of what we are trying to do with the natural resources. Last part, which is coming to the awareness. This goes hand in hand. Do you know? Awareness and judicious use, they are both synonymous to each other. Awareness amongst masses regarding pollution, and some have started taking the save resource all possible way from it. It is our hard and fast rule that every individual must step in to save natural resources. Otherwise, those days are numbered where we are going to face enough disasters and we create disasters for ourselves. Therefore, it is our only responsibility to use the way, the means, the ends that we have. And even if we know that the preventive measures, they need to get educated. Now see, here I will step in, no need to read the points. Here I'm going to step in and I'm going to say that we must have eco-friendly methods. Now when eco-friendly methods is, I can see, I'll give you a small example. Say for example, we all live in small clustered flats where there are lots of land where I can plant trees. But then that does not ceases me to become aware of how to save the natural resources. In my own way, I can plant at least 4 plants of any type in my basket, plastic baskets, renewable baskets. Therefore, naturally, I can take in oxygen from the plants that we grow in our own clustered concrete houses. That should be can be taken not for others, but for us and us alone. Is it clear? Do you have any queries you can ask? We have 4 minutes to go. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think we have come to the end of the session. Yes, sir.
The session was very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So should I close your meeting?
Yes, sir, because now again after 5-10 minutes I have another class.
You can ask any question from the students itself. Some persons.
Yes, Shonendu, Aarti, whoever they are there, I can't see you. But if you have any queries, you can ask before we wind up. I've just got 2 minutes.
No, ma'am, no queries from my side.
Okay. Now, what about others? What about others?
Recording
okay. Sir, they don't have, sir, I think they don't have questions. I think now we can close the meeting, sir.
What I wanted that you should ask.
Oh, ask them the question, sir. Okay. Whoever, now they'll be scared, sir. If I ask them, they'll be scared. Give me one small example as an individual how we can save any one of our natural resources. Say, for example, water. How do we save it? That is a part and parcel of a bounded duty. One part of natural resources, how can we save it? Anyone? So they don't have any questions now.
So I'm going to stop your video.
Yes, sir. Yes, I have the next class.